Alright, the analysis number two with Smoke. This is another guy I've been sparring fucking all the goddamn time. Probably a little bit more than Toy Sword. Smoke is still garbage. No challenge, you know. It's easy. See me fucking around a little bit, but that's just how it be. I was gonna count his massives and like check his accuracy, but I got about 5 rounds in. It was taking a little bit too long. He was throwing way too goddamn many, and his hit accuracy was about 30%. So you'll see he'll throw bad massives, and he'll land about 1 in 3. And I found out that he doesn't know how to combo stationary targets. You'll see that here. He got a little experimental. So he's like testing some new things. He's gonna get better at comboing stationary targets, which is something that he needs to learn. So I'm glad he gets his opportunity by me fucking around. So there he goes, shit talking. Got his ass muted. He just be talking. There he goes with the taunt. His angles are usually pretty good, but I'm pretty sure he does them based on movement. And if you're not moving, he don't know how to angle. It's not like something that would insult his skill or his intelligence. It's just like people are usually moving, you know. So if you don't specifically practice angles, then you're not gonna know how to angle somebody that's stationary. Like all it really exposes is that he's never practiced angling. So one thing I've noticed on defense is his favorite thing to do is go for a recoil. When I'm staticking, he'll walk up right in my face and then he'll try to recoil me. He'll like walk in circles around me. You know, I'm just standing still, slashing away, and he's like, touching me, walking circles around me. I don't like being touched like that, but that's his big old plan. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about right here. Let's go back a little bit. Look at this dog shit combo. He missed like what was that? 4 or 5 slashes in a row, and I'm just, standing still. I'm not evading. I'm not doing nothing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then he misses the massive to finish it all off. And then he, floats away. He don't know how to combo stationary targets. All right, so he goes with that. No, that was that moment. Oh, fuck me. That was that moment where he wants to run away. Here he goes with the walking around me. See how many slashes he's missing? I'm not even sure if he knows where he's going. He's just moving. Oh man. Let's go back on that. Ooh. Oh man. Yeah, this is where he's experimenting a little bit. This isn't something he normally does. So he did miss a couple of slashes, but it's good to see him experimenting. Here he goes experimenting again. I'm sure I looked like this about a year ago when I first came back. That's one thing he likes to do. He likes to run away when he's on defense, and then just wait for me to come to him. He'll wait there like forever. I'm not that patient, so I'll just go after him. I know he's waiting with that massive, or he'll be waiting with the slash, but I don't really give a fuck. I'm gonna bop him up either way. All right, so here's where he just walks up to you and walks circles around you, trying to fish for a recoil. You see him? He's touching me. Now he's gonna walk a little circle around. He's gonna be looking up. Um, the reason this is bad is I can just look up. Um, and then I won't recoil while I'm looking up. I can just sit there and spam all day if he's just gonna stay in melee range. And he can't even really block a static DBF, so like it's even worse. He's just gonna sit there and take damage, like hoping he gets a recoil. Even if he gets one, like if I get two slashes off, then I pretty much won that trade. That's another thing he likes to do. He likes to slash out of combos. It works pretty well when your opponent isn't paying attention. But if they notice you doing it, they can punish it pretty hard. We'll see that later. There we go, right there. This is why, especially on Mel, you don't really want to slash out of combos. You're just gonna give them a mass, and then they're gonna hit you with it pretty much instantly. You're in a situation where you're getting slashed, and now you're in a situation where you just got mastiff, and you're getting slashed. Not to mention, it's kind of vulnerable to start up a ground slash. It has a lot of wind up time that you can't block during. Here he goes with that recoil shit. And like you see, he doesn't recoil for so long. He just gets slashed twice and dies. Man, these combos are fucking awful, but it's nice to see him change it up a little bit. You're always gonna look a little bit worse when you're practicing, but it'll pay off, after a little bit of time. It can be pretty bad to walk up with the massive too. Sometimes it'll work, but if they're doing a triple butterfly static instead of a double, then you're gonna get fucking shredded. I think that generally, if you're going for a recoil, you need to know that you're gonna get a recoil in the first, one or two slashes, maybe the third. And one thing you'll notice me doing too is when I'm on defense, I'll just jump and slash because he's a little bit too slow. Um, I've done it a couple of times. I noticed a couple of games ago that I can just jump and slash. The fuck is this guy talking about? So yeah, basically that's what it comes down to. His offense is dog shit. His defense, like, he doesn't really know how to play defense, to be honest. Uh, it's all fishing for recoils, in a really inefficient way, or uh, what the fuck was I saying? Yeah, fishing for recoils, or he'll run away and wait for you to come to him, and it gets pretty predictable. Cause like I said, it really doesn't matter if you get a recoil if you get slashed, 3-4 times before you get the recoil. And if you're gonna run, then you need to be able to win neutral after that. But if you're gonna rise and throw a massive and land 30% of them, then it's a dog shit plan. You gotta land a couple more than that, or you gotta, I don't know. It's easy to say like what you shouldn't do, but it's hard to say what you should do. That's kind of what's great about this game, figuring out what you should do. We know what everybody else does, but what about what I'm doing? You know? Alright, so here's what I'm gonna get this motherfucker to practice when he eventually decides that he's fucking garbage and needs to practice. Go to town.
Let's rock.
Alright, so when your defense is garbage, this is what you need to do. The only way to learn angles is to fucking practice defending them. You get that from experience. Like, there's no shortcut to that. You just gotta play rounds and you're gonna eventually learn how to block angles. But when you're smoke and you can't even block a fucking static DBF, this is what you do. Get somebody to float right here, stand in that little corner, and just spam whatever speed you want to block at. You should be able to block any speed when you're in a corner. And for advanced practice, I would recommend practice void blocking it and then swapping that void block into a recoil without taking a slash. Hard to demonstrate on your own, but alright. And then for offense, what I would recommend for training that is go to Battle Arena.
Let's rock.
What the fuck? Alright, and then these pillars right here. These are about the same size as a person. The collision box at least. They're a little bit wider, but not by that much. It's not terrible. So you'll just practice fucking angling these. A good start is to stand at this corner and practice hitting the back edge. Like you stand here, jump, dash, back edge. If you hit this side, then you missed. You know, you just practice hitting that edge over and over until you can get it pretty reliably. And then you want to do some other things. You know, just practice that. Build your own little thing. What the fuck else? I always recommend practicing speed because, you know, speed is a killer. If you ain't fast, then you ain't shit. It don't really matter how smart you are, or, you know, how accurate you are. If you can't play at least at a decent speed, then you're not gonna do well. And I would say that I play nearly at the bare minimum decent speed. So I think if somebody wanted to be good, they would have to play as fast as me or faster. You know, you might be smarter than me. You might be able to get away with it a little bit slower, but I don't know. I probably need to be a little bit smarter at my speed. Alright. Let's look at this. Investing in loss. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. If you want to get good at something, you got to spend a lot of time being bad at it. You know, so watching him flail around, miss all his slashes, is something I like to see. He's investing in his loss, you know. He looks like a fucking idiot right now, but, you know, give him 2-3 months, he's gonna look like a fucking killer. Anyways, pray for Smoke. He needs it.